This is our lesson number 78, part 7 in Sapphire Kingdom Gemology YouTube channel. In this channel, I give all the secrets. I reveal all the secrets of gemology, and I need to give these valuable lessons to our youth to gain their education, knowledge, to join to the gem industry. So please be subscribed, and please let your friends and let your uh, relatives to know this. Share to all, and they will join to gem industry after the complete education. Now, in this series, glass discoid inclusions in heat treated gems, we are learning in this lesson. Sapphire heated inclusions part 7 in lesson number 78. Heated sapphire revelations, unveiling the transformation of inclusions. This is the main cover. We are going inside. The cover photo here is giving lesson number 78, changed into snowball in the glassy discoid. Inside the discoid, it is changed into snowball because of heat treatment. So we are moving to the next slide, the starting slide. It is here. What is the lighting condition here? Lighting condition is fiber optic oblique. Oblique fiber optic condition gives this picture. This is Sri Lanka sapphire, heated sapphire. Now look at this. Properly look at this. This lesson is very, very important because I will explain all the secrets here to understand well about the glassy discoids. Thermally induced discoids inclusions in this sapphire from Sri Lanka. This is the glassy discoid. Thermally induced discoid inclusion is here. This is the inclusion. So remember this. If you see this inside the stone, it must be definitely heated stone. Moving to here. What are the lighting conditions given here? Only one. It is fiber optic oblique. Look at the silks. You can understand the rutile silk here, but these silks are damaged by some heat. Look at the inclusions well. All the rutile silks are, some rutile silks are converted into the color, but the rest is leaving inside the stone. It is like skeleton like leaving the skeleton like silk. When silk sapphires are heated to high enough temperature, the titanium in the rutile silk is forced into solid solution, turning the stone blue. We know it earlier. We learned this. But silk can also contain other elements that don't easily turn into sapphires, leaving behind a silk that is skeleton as shown here. If you see like this, it is definitely heated stone. This picture we can see under the oblique fiber optic light. We are moving to next. The lighting condition here is oblique fiber optic. Sapphire is Sri Lanka sapphire, that is Ceylon sapphire. Heated stone. Look at the snowball here and the glassy discoid here. This is glass-like discoid. In the center, there is a snowball-like thing. So some solid inclusions are heat sensitive and can change when the gem is heat treated. It has happened here. Here we see how the crystals have changed into snowball shapes. In addition, the coefficient of thermal expansion of the included crystals was higher than that of corundum. When heated, they expanded more than the surrounding sapphire producing glassy discoid cracks. This is big glassy discoid, and these are the glassy discoids. See, so it gives the main evidence regarding the heat treatment. We are moving to next. Look at the glassy discoid here. Sri Lankan sapphire. We use transmitted light here as lighting condition. Now look at the stone. Look at the facet meetings here. No good facet meetings also here. It is the cutting error. This is the inclusion we are thinking and discussing. What's here? High temperature heat treatment can change certain types of solid inclusions. So inside the discoid also, there is fingerprint. That fingerprint also changed. Here we see an inclusion crystal that has melted and become glass during heat treatment. Since glass takes up less volume than a crystal, the result is a void in the glass in the form of a bubble. These bubbles are forming to fill the space inside the inclusion. Because when it is becoming the glass, the space is there. Extra space is there. So it covers from the bubbles. So this is the glassy discoid. Remember this well. What is here? You can see the glassy discoids here. See? Sri Lankan sapphire heated. We use dark field illumination as lighting condition. So what happens there? Heat treated snowballs like crystals in heat treated sapphires from Sri Lanka. This is the main evidence we can see the glassy discoids. It is giving the evidence to heat treatment. Next one. What is the lighting condition here? Oblique fiber optic. Sri Lanka stone, heat treated stone. So look at the inclusion. So you can see here. Then what's here? Thermally altered fingerprints are here. Close examination reveals microscopic fractures around each negative crystal. Close examination reveals microscopic fractures around each negative crystal due to heat treatment. So it gives the main evidence for heat treating. Good evidence. We are moving to next. What is here? Look at this. Natural sapphire, Sri Lanka sapphire, heat treated. Lighting condition here is transmitted light. You can see the rutile silk. Rutile is composed of titanium oxide. When sapphires containing the removed rutile silk are heated, the rutile dissolves, sending the titanium back into the solution. And the stone around the now partially dissolved silk turns into blue. So you can see the dissolved silk turns into blue here. But there are, we can see those are like ink spots. This creates a classic ink spot internal diffusion pattern and is evidence of high temperature heat treatment here. So this is heated sapphire. Please subscribe and share to all. What is here? The lighting condition here is fiber optic oblique. Sri Lanka sapphire heated. You can see something here. This is the evidence. What is here? Internal diffusion. Internal diffusion in heat treated Ceylon sapphires. You can see this is caused by titanium bleeding. This is titanium bleeding inside the stone. So when the rutile silk is changing, rutile silks, titanium is changing into blue color. The titanium containing inclusions such as rutile into the surrounding sapphire during high temperature heat treatment, it gives this bleeding. This is called titanium bleeding. This is called titanium bleeding inside the stone. So it is the main evidence for treated stone. We are moving to next. What is here? Natural Sri Lanka stone. Enhancement is heat treatment. Lighting condition here is oblique, fiber optic, oblique. Then glassy discoid. You can see here and here. All are glassy discoids. So when we see this glass discoid, we can see this is heated stone. Glass discoid inclusions in heat treated sapphires from Sri Lanka. These are the glass discoids. This is the main evidence. Another glass, the same glass discoid. Here, same thing. Lighting condition here is oblique fiber optic. And here also oblique fiber optic. Glass discoid inclusion in heat treated sapphire. You can see the difference here. Same inclusion. We are moving to next. Same thing, another glass discoid inclusion in heat treated sapphire. The lighting condition here also fiber optic oblique. The same thing like. We are moving to next. Another glass discoid inclusion. See, fiber optic oblique is the lighting condition here. Sri Lanka stone. It is heated stone. Look at the glass discoids. We are moving to here. What is here? Lighting condition here is cross-polar plus diffuse light field. There are two lighting conditions given, and the sapphire origin is Sri Lanka, heat treated. When we see, we can see the uniaxial interference. This picture shows uniaxial interference pattern of sapphire. Moving to next. Next is from next lesson in L79. We are comparing the identification of natural, heated, and beryllium treated stones. We are comparing natural, heated, and beryllium treated stones from next lesson. It is lesson number 79. So look at the natural and heated sapphires over and over again and remember them. Please subscribe and give a like and share to your friends. We are stopping now. We are meeting on next lesson.